Today, I'm going to show you how to make homemade chicken nuggets. We will begin with the chicken, and I have some thawed out chicken tenderloins here. You can use chicken breasts. Chicken thighs work really good. They have a really good flavor. And we are going to just take the tenderloins and cut it into thirds. That's just, for me, that's a good size. And so do that with all of your tenderloins. All right, there we go, simple as that. Also, preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 Celsius. And in a small bowl, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and about 1/2 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. If you want it spicy, add in 1/2 teaspoon of chili, red chili, or ground red pepper, something like that. And so I'm just gonna give this a mix. I'm just gonna add some spice to the breadcrumbs. And if you buy breadcrumbs that are already seasoned, you may not need to add a whole lot of the seasoning, but try it like this first and then go from there. And so I have about 1/2 cup to 2/3 cup of traditional breadcrumbs. I'm gonna just add half of this mix to that. And let's just mix that together. I also have the same amount, it's about 1/2 cup to 2/3 cup of panko breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna add the rest of the spices to that mix. You can do both or one or the other, whatever you want. So give that a good mix, okay? And now, one style involves an egg wash. So I have 1 egg here and about 1 teaspoon of water is in there. Let's give it a good mix. And now, what we are going to do is we are going to take one of our little chicken tenderloin chunks. We'll go right into the egg wash. And you can do this with your fingers. Just make sure to wash your hands. We'll let the excess drip off. And then we'll go right into the breadcrumbs. Okay? Cover it generously with the breadcrumbs. And we're going to take this and we're going to put it onto a sheet pan lined with a silicone mat or parchment paper. And also, if you have it, metal cookie racks that are oven safe. It's not necessary, but it helps to get them crispy all over. Otherwise, you need to turn halfway through baking, you need to turn them onto their other side. So I'm gonna do a couple more of these. All right, I'm gonna switch out the breadcrumbs and do some panko. Some of the panko breadcrumbs. Into the egg wash. And over into the panko breadcrumbs. The other option I want to show you is I also prepared about 4 tenderloins and cut them up into about 10 to 12 chunks. And I put them in 1/2 cup, 2/3 of a cup of buttermilk. And let them soak in the fridge in buttermilk for about 2 hours. You could do it even overnight. And so what we are going to do, so instead of doing an egg wash, the buttermilk is going to be the liquid. And then we will dip them into the same things. We'll use some panko and we'll do some traditional breadcrumbs. So just pick some of the chicken up and let it drain and then into the desired breadcrumbs that you want to do. Okay? And then over to your pan. Another thing you can do is you could just put all of the breadcrumbs and seasonings in a bag and then drop the dipped chicken into the bag and just shake it. And it'll cover it that way. And now we're gonna bake them in the oven, once again 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 205 Celsius. And we will bake them for 20 minutes. If you don't have the cookie rack, then just turn them at 10 minutes. Turn them over so they'll bake the other side. All right, they should be nice and golden brown when they are done. Or alternatively, you can fry these in a skillet until they brown as well. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this. Allow them to cool for about 5 minutes before eating them. And here are the 4 styles I did. Here is panko with the egg wash. Here is the traditional breadcrumbs with the egg wash. Here is the traditional breadcrumbs with the buttermilk chicken. And here is the buttermilk chicken with the panko breadcrumbs. These two look fairly similar. These two look fairly similar, just a little bit different. And they'll just taste a little bit different. And I'm gonna just go ahead, I'm gonna grab this one. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Nice and crisp on the outside. And then dip it in whatever sauces that you wanna do. Barbecue sauce, ketchup, ranch dressing, whatever you wanna do. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. Grab this one right here. Dip it into some ketchup. Oh yeah. Mmm.